All right, let's get into the papers, starting with The Australian.
Yes, the headline in The Australian is recognition that Palestinians actually prefer Hamas to PM's pick. The 89-year-old Palestinian Authority leader who convinced Anthony Albanese to recognise Palestinian state has the support of less than 1 in 6 people in Gaza and the West Bank, while satisfaction with Hamas sits at nearly 60% across the occupied territories. As the coalition vowed to overturn Labor's Middle East policy shift if it wins the next election, the Prime Minister said he had faith in the PA and its president, Mahmoud Abbas, and insisted Hamas could be dislodged from Gaza. This is what we were talking about the other night. Albanese is, on the one hand, insisting that some Palestinian state will be democratic, but then throwing his lot in with the Palestinian Authority, which is notoriously unpopular in the West Bank and Gaza. And this is the fundamental problem. If you've got a population that actually supports extremism, supports terrorism, don't you think they're just going to do exactly what they did last time Gazans were given the right to vote? Elect Hamas, elect a terrorist group. I mean, why is this time going to be any different? The polling shows clearly Hamas is still very popular.
Yeah, that's right. It is a problem, and it is a sort of catch-22, but it is also kind of the point. So the idea is, and again, it's extremely fraught with all sorts of potential roadblocks, but the idea is that you basically say, and again, this is a contradiction in terms, you might say, but yes, we're going to hold free elections, but you can't vote for Hamas, and Hamas can't run. And so...
Okay, Joe, with all due respect,
Yep.
the mental gymnastics you're doing here to support the Prime Minister's position on this is incredible.
Well, I suppose it's not incredible. It's more just the wishful thinking of, and again, I just wrote a column that was published yesterday saying that this, and again, another one the week before saying, how does this actually work? How is this anything more than just, wishful thinking? But the logic behind it, what logic there is, or the hope behind it, is that you actually say to people, right, if you want statehood, you cannot vote for Hamas or extremist parties. And that is the way that you get rid of Hamas, by saying you can have Hamas or statehood, not both. Now, that won't actually happen because chances are Palestine will never be recognised because the US will veto it in the Security Council and it will never even get to a UN vote. But that is the kind of pressure or signal they're trying to send to the Palestinians.
Look, wishful thinking is one way to put it. I mean, for heaven's sake, if they think this is actually going to work, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah,
honestly.
Complete wishful thinking. And then if the Palestinians do choose Hamas, like they did 20 years ago, then what are you going to do? Do exactly what Israel has done for the last 2 years, try to get rid of Hamas? So now you're actually supporting Israel's war? Well, why don't you just say you support it now and come up with a better solution?